People, oh, hell yeah. Welcome to another episode of Stop Crying Composer, the greatest podcast as voted by the late President, what is that guy's name? George Bush, HWJLMAO lesbian plus. I don't fucking know. He told me it was a great podcast, goddammit. Who do we have in the chat? We have Cassidy, Travis, Varial, KY, Eric Sanchez, Silhouette, and more. But we don't have as many viewers as usual because we're a little bit off schedule here. I don't want to bum anybody out, but I went to my friend George's funeral today. R.I.P. George. If you guys remember a couple weeks ago, I was really sad about his passing. But going to the funeral was really, really sad. But I got a little bit of closure out of it. And it sort of became real, right? That's what everyone always says. Like, your friend's dead, whatever. But it really sinks in when you're at the funeral. Which, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night because I was playing Mario. Then I had to wake up early for that. Here I am. Better late than never, I would say, right? Right. So, let's begin this podcast the same way we begin every podcast, by insulting the viewers. No, by reading the news. First news article. CCSD police sergeant arrested for theft at Las Vegas school. So here, I don't know if they have this everywhere. Let me know in a comment. Does everywhere have, like, their school has their own, like, police? Like CCSD, Clark County School District Police Sergeant. So schools have their own, like, police unit. And I'm not sure if that's, like, happens everywhere, or if it's just big cities, or maybe it's just Las Vegas, because Las Vegas is ghetto as fuck. Eaton says, nah, they don't have that, but they definitely have it here. Let's read. A Clark County School District Police Sergeant was arrested Wednesday in connection to a theft at a West Las Vegas school. Robert J. Griffin is accused of stealing electronic items from Western Career and Technical Academy. What the fuck is that? Located at blah, 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 according to police. Griffin was assigned to the operations division. He has been employed since September 2006. Cassidy says, we don't have one, but we're thinking about getting some. I guess that's Utah. Silhouette says, yes, in Texas, schools have police. He says they're chill and they got pistols. I don't know. It's been a long time since I went to school, but I don't think... Our school didn't have a security guard. And I know now almost all schools here have a security guard, even if it's just one. CCSD said an investigation into the theft was launched on Monday after the school notified police of missing or stolen items. Captain Roberto Morales said Griffin allegedly stole electronics, including a camera. Griffin was booked into this Clark County Detention Center. So he went to real jail. He went to big boy jail on 2 counts of burglary. The district said Griffin was suspended without pay as police continued to investigate. Here's my thing. You can't get away with shit at the school. There's cameras everywhere. Cameras are everywhere at these schools. All over. And I don't know if it's for, like, bullying or crime or to prevent theft or whatever, maybe insurance. I don't know what it is, but they're fucking everywhere. It's like, just like casinos. You know what I mean? There's cameras absolutely everywhere. So you're gonna, steal a camera? It doesn't make sense to me how this guy thought he could get away with it. But then again, I have a lot of friends who've worked in warehouses, and I worked, I don't want to give you guys too much information. I had a job where there was a lot of electronics there. It was basically a junk pile. So there would be this IT team. You know, this building had an IT team. And whenever they needed, say, like a cable wire or, you know, something for the internet, or maybe they needed an audio cable, they would come and look in this box, and it was just a box of completely random wires and bullshit. And I stole a bunch of headphones out of there. And granted, the headphones were like $1 each. They were like they were worthless headphones. I probably still have some in my old work bag. And what I would do is I would use those headphones. I'd still use them at work, but I definitely stole them. I would cut off one earbud so I could watch movies at work, but also still hear my work phone if my work phone went off. So I stole that shit. I'm trying to think if I've ever stolen anything else. I think when I worked for UFC, I never stole anything because we had such a big like discount. We got everything at cost, or it was like cost plus like 5%. Whatever it was, you know, kind of crazy. But I think I stole. Okay, I didn't steal it. Here's what happened. They were supposed to send like, I'm pretty sure it was 40 because this is all coming back. They're supposed to send 40 hand wraps, and I guess they sent 41 just to be cool. So I fucking wrote it down like expected amount 40, and then I put down amount I counted 40, and I took the extra pair. So that's not really stealing, I guess, right? That doesn't make me a fucking terrible thief, but definitely got away with it. There was no Scooby-Doo, no meddling kids in that place. But the point I was trying to make was both of those places had cameras, and still went for it. Still went for it, put it all on the line for a pair of fucking $1.08 headphones, probably. Oh, and I say headphones. I don't mean headphones. I mean earbuds. They're just earbuds. So, yeah, those are 2 theft stories from my work experiences. But yeah, those are 2 times I could have gone to jail. I could have been in jail locked up with Sergeant Robert J. Griffin. It would have been me and him just trading war stories. But I got away with it. So this guy did not get away with it. I have some friends that have worked in other warehouses, and they steal shit all the time. All the time. And that really is crazy to me. Number one, these warehouses are like nice warehouses, right? It's not like he's working at some fucking t-shirt factory. It's like warehouses that sell like nice electronics. I said he, but I mean several of them. Tex used to do this shit too. God damn it. But I don't know how people are so like convinced they're never going to get caught. 'Cause I feel like if your job is to inventory, there's always going to be someone else who sort of checks your work. You know, I don't know. What do you know? KY the Psycho says, I stole my friend's earphones because I lost my earbuds. Excellent story. Riveting stuff. Next news article. Man dies in police shooting after fighting with police near downtown. Oh, actually, this is really boring. I only clicked this to see what the streets were, but now that we're already on it, I guess we'll go ahead and read it. Anyways. Somebody got pulled over downtown. When the driver stopped, the Metro officer asked the driver to exit the vehicle, and the driver complied. After the suspect exited the car, he reached for a, quote, large, bulky item on his waistband. The officer gave several commands for the suspect to stop and asked what he was reaching for. The suspect did not listen, and he lost his mind. No, the suspect did not fucking listen, and the officer grabbed the man in an attempt to detain him. According to Prosser, the man then began fighting the officer, and the officer used his taser, which sent the man to the ground. The man got back up and continued fighting. At some point during the second altercation, the officer used his or her gun. Oh, got a little transgendered cop action. And fired at the suspect. The suspect was hit and transported to UMC and then died. Okay, well, here's what I always say about cops. Listen to them. Here's what it is. If you're just going to get a ticket, it's better to get a ticket and have somebody talk shit to you and like belittle you and just be a complete asshole to you. It's better to do that than to die, right? I feel like almost everything in life is pretty much better to do that than to die. So here's the thing I always say about police. Don't be surprised if you're doing some weird fucking sketchy shit. Sometimes cops don't have time to fucking mess with you. Sometimes they just want to fucking kill you and get on with their day. And I think it's weird that they don't give any real information here, right? He reached for a large, bulky item. Now, this language leads me to believe that that there was no gun, right? Because if there was later to be found a gun, someone would have just been like, hey, he reached for the gun. It would have been like, he reached for a gun, not a large, bulky item. No, he probably was reaching for his bowling ball and got killed over it. My thing also, though, is every time somebody gets killed in the news, they go, why didn't the cop use his taser? Why didn't the cop just tase him? He didn't have to kill him. And then, of course, here we have a situation where the taser Doesn't always work. Sometimes you got to go with the old 45. Straight to the thigh, face, chest, back, foot, toe, chest again. Dude, there was an old song. Oh, it was a Styles P song. Shoot him in the head. Oh, it was so fucked, dude. Somebody could look up the lyrics. I think it was just called Shoot 'em. And it was like, they made it rhyme, but it was just Styles P just shooting some guy everywhere. Shoot him in the head. Shoot him in the face and the chest. Then shoot him in the waist and the neck. Then shoot him in the gut and the mouth. Don't stop shooting till the blood running out. Or something like that. And I'm like, I remember I heard that shit as an instrumental. So it was just like, instrumental until the hook. So it's like, do, 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 do. And I'm listening to it and it's like hanging out all good. And then the hook starts. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought this was just an instrumental. Now this guy's fucking going on a bloody rampage. Shooting this guy that many times. Where did he shoot it? Head, waist, chest, mouth, gut. Don't stop shooting till the blood's running out. Like, jeez, dude, chill out. What'd he do to you, man? Use the taser, Styles P. I don't know what made me think of that. But it's a fucking stupid thing to be talking about. But I don't know. Whatever. that I didn't even mean to read that news article. This is a much better one. Okay. A man who helped teen kill herself and filmed it gets prison time. This guy, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, you're able to see this guy's picture. He looks like, here's the thing, some people, all you gotta do is look at him. And you can already just know, yep, get rid of him. This undated file photo provided by the Utah County Sheriff's Office. Oh, damn, it's Utah? We got a couple of Utah people in the chat right now. Terrell Joe Prizbician of Spanish Fork, Utah. The Utah man who helped a teenage girl kill herself and filmed the act to fulfill what prosecutors called a fascination with death, will serve at least 5 years and up to life in prison. How old is he? 18? Good. Get rid of this guy. A Utah man who helped a teenager kill herself and filmed the act to fulfill what prosecutors called a fascination with death was sentenced Friday to at least 5 years and up to life in prison. Terrell apologized to the girl's family, saying what he did doesn't deserve pity. The girl's mother, Sue Bryan, condemned him as a sociopath who researched the fatal hanging ahead of time by carefully measuring rope, nooses, and trees. Okay, this is a weird... I feel like if you're going to hang yourself or you're going to help somebody else hang themselves, not a lot of research to be done, right? Really not a lot of homework needs to be done here. You don't really have to go out and measure the height of a tree, measure the rope. You're pretty much one of those things where you can make it work with just about anything. Inmates can make that shit work with like a towel and a graham cracker, and they're dead. So I don't understand what that's all about. Also, before I get to the end of this article, I would agree that a teenager isn't necessarily like 100% in control of their emotions and the way they feel, and they could be, like made to think a certain way and kind of outsmarted and tricked to do maybe things they wouldn't normally do. But I feel like if you're going to go all the way and kill yourself, you don't really need somebody's help. I feel like you probably already had some demons of your own, and you probably would have done this without this guy, especially with the whole, like, the mom is going crazy trying to rationalize, like, this guy planned it the whole time. He went out measuring trees and nooses and ropes. Like, okay, lady, you're kind of going far on this. TJ says, why not kill yourself instead of helping someone else if you're so interested in death? Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. We've seen shit like this before. There was an article earlier this year, it might have actually been last year, where I think some dude, I don't remember if it was a dude or a chick, somebody killed themselves from like the car, carbon monoxide from the car or whatever, and they got out and they were like, dude, I don't want to kill myself, and they texted somebody, and I think it was a chick. I don't know if it's a chick or a dude, but the person texted back and said, get back in the car and finish killing yourself. And then that person ended up fucking serving. I wonder if we talked about that on this podcast. That person actually, like, went to prison for, like, accessory to murder. However they do it. But, it's really crazy that people can be that influenced, that easy to influence. Not that there's anything wrong with them. So I take, like, a lot of, like, offense to this story because it's like, they said a teenager. Teenagers are going to be a lot easier to influence, right? Let's read on. There are no words to describe the nightmare that I endure. Brian said, every day I wake up and have to live the horror of her death over and over. Jachandra? I'm going to pretend that J is silent. Chandra. Jchandra. Jachandra. God damn it. Django was a cheerleader with blue streaks in her hair who loved playing with her young nephews and had been making prom plans before she hung herself in a canyon south of Salt Lake City in May 2017. Damn, this is a long time ago. She was an anxious, downcast teenager trying to find her place in the world. Her former high school classmate, was the worst person for her in this trying time of her life. Wait, what? Oh, that guy. Okay, so the guy. Okay, who wrote this? Gabriella? God, is this you? Meredith. Okay. Digital staff. Whatever that means. Let's go ahead. Come on, let's fucking figure this out. I gotta get back to reading. I'm having a hard time with this. Chandra. I don't like that shit. We just talked about terrible names. If you guys want to laugh, watch last week's podcast. I'm slurring and shit. Watch last week's podcast of crazy kid names. It's terrible. Terrible thing to do to a kid is name them something retarded. At one point, Presire bent... Jeez! Why the fuck can't we just say, like, the dude? What was the dude's name again? Dylan or something? Terrell. Okay, the dude's name is Tyrell. Tyrell. The chick's name is Jachandra. The kid's last name, Prizzy Bicien. I hate this so much because no matter if they use the first name or the last name, I can't fucking read this shit. At one point, Tyrell told I'm just gonna say the dude, okay? The dude and the chick. At one point, the dude told a friend that helping her kill herself would be like getting away with murder. His grandfather, the dude's grandfather, painted a different picture of him, saying he'd been kind to people over the years, including those with disabilities, and his family wanted him to come home. The Salt Lake Tribune reported. Okay, god damn it. The young man's use of alcohol and drugs, combined with his developing teen brain, led to, quote, poor decisions. The dude had just turned 18 at the time when Brown killed herself. Her body was found by a turkey hunter alongside a cell phone with the video the dude made of her passing out and dying. The recording showed him occasionally calling out to her as she inhaled compressed air and stepped off a platform, but not stopping her or trying to help. Oh, so she went out on those whippets. She fucking whipped her own shit dead. The dude showed up at the scene crying while detectives were investigating. His lawyers argued against a murder charge in the case, saying suicide notes in her handwriting showed she made her own decision. Judge James Brady, look, James Brady, thank you, James Brady's parents, disagreed and let the charge stand. The dude eventually pleaded guilty to child abuse homicide in an agreement with prosecutors. He also pleaded guilty to reduced charges after child pornography was found on his phone during the investigation into Brown's death. What the fuck is wrong with this kid? He will serve up to 5 years in that case, though that time will run concurrent with the sentence in Brown's death. In Utah, judges hand down indefinite sentences, and a parole board decides when inmates are released. The case carried echoes of a young Massachusetts woman, Michelle Carter, who was convicted of involuntary manslaughter last year for encouraging her suicidal boyfriend to kill himself in dozens of text messages when she was a teenager. That's the one we were talking about earlier. Oh, isn't he a kid? How young did they say? Sheik Ninja, they said he was 18 at the time of the crime. So, interesting story, I guess. And the way things are going, I think fair is fair. You know, you're sitting there, you don't stop someone from killing themselves, then, you know, you should be in trouble. You know, I'm not saying you should necessarily be charged with murder, but you should certainly be in trouble. Especially, as I said earlier, since it's a teenager. The chick was a teenager. Okay, she was 16. So an 18-year-old convinced a 16-year-old to kill herself. Helped her do it. And, I don't know, just kind of weird. You know what I mean? As morbid as it sounds, I think I might be down to see the video, because I think the video would be kind of telling to see how... I think the kid's tone, right? The dude, if we could hear his tone, if we could hear what he was doing, what he was saying while he watched this chick die, I feel like we could get a much better picture into the mind of this psychopath. But, I don't know. I think I agree with that. What do you guys think? Sheik Ninja says, like a paramedic told me, you can't blame anyone for suicide other than a person who did it. Well, someone is in a position to stop said suicide, right? That's where the controversy is. You could stop it. So being able to stop something, or at least something like suicide, I mean, it's hard to argue and not be a little bit contradictory, right? Because what if it's a burglary? What if you see a burglary and you could stop it, but you choose not to be a part of it because you might get hurt? It's kind of like, yeah, dude, okay, you didn't want to be a part of the burglary because you might get fucked. You know, you might get killed or whatever. When it comes to suicide, it's kind of like, hey, what if the details come out that that kid bought the ropes and bought the fucking whippets and, you know, like fucked with her? It's one of those things where it's like, what if in the previous one, what if she was like, she got to the tree or whatever and was like, you know what, dude, I don't want to do this anymore. What if he's there saying, no, you know what, we came this far. I got the rope. You need to finish this. In that situation, I would say that that kid is very responsible. Maybe not 100% responsible, but very much played a hand in the whole situation. That's my opinion. Skate Boy seems to have the same opinion. Pink Zeppelin says secondhand manslaughter. So, woman stabbed to death after rolling down car window to give money, police say. I clicked this one because it just sounded sad. Like, what the hell? You're trying to give money and you just fucking get stabbed? What the fuck is that all about? Oh, a woman was fatally stabbed in Baltimore. Okay, that explains it. Baltimore. Saturday morning after stopping to donate money. According to the Baltimore Sun, Jacqueline Smith and her family were driving through Johnston Square neighborhood when a young woman appeared. What seemed to be a baby. Wait, when a young woman appeared what seemed to be a baby? How is this supposed to read? When a young woman appeared with what seemed to be a baby? When a young woman appeared... Can you appear a baby? He just misses what? Langardia Leviosa. But a baby just appears? God damn it, Gabriella. Who wrote this? Rachel. I don't know who you are. I don't like you. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, the woman was holding a cardboard sign that said, "Please help me feed my baby." Smith was sitting on the front passenger seat when she rolled down the window and reached out to give the woman some money. Before Smith could give the woman the money, a man appeared and reached into the car to grab Smith's wallet. Police say a struggle ensued. The man pulled out a knife and stabbed Smith in the chest. The man and woman immediately ran off. Smith was taken to a hospital where she later died. Whoa. Oh, I guess it did say stabbed to death. I don't know why I didn't realize that until right now. That's fucking crazy. Now, great time for people to have guns. Okay, now it could have went the other way. You know, it could have been a person just fucking walked in, grabbed the wallet, and shot her and killed her. She's happy to be stabbed. But if she had a gun, or even a knife, I think people just need to arm themselves. Because people like this exist. How sad is this? That maybe there was no baby, but someone baited someone to do something nice, and they were trying to be helpful. They were already going to give you money, and then they were killed for doing something nice. That's the type of shit that really, really pisses me off. You know, if this was a drug deal gone wrong, you know what I mean? If this was somebody trying to like steal drugs or whatever, then I'd be like, oh yeah, you got fucking stabbed. You're in a shitty fucking situation. But it's like, oh, here, I was just gonna give you some money or whatever. You look like you're having a rough time, or you know, whatever. Oh, here's some money. Also steal my wallet and kill me. It's I don't know. It's crazy. This is the type of story that really makes me angry. Now, good timing for this story. Woman kills escaped jail inmate who kicked in her door, sheriff says. Now, I know a lot of you guys aren't on the same page as me when it comes to guns, but this sounds like it's going to be quite the feel-good story. Free War Machine, by the way. An inmate who had escaped minutes earlier from a county jail in South Carolina was shot and killed by a woman after he kicked in her back door. The inmate was still in his orange jail jumpsuit and had grabbed a knife sharpening tool from the woman's kitchen in Pickens as he headed toward her bedroom at around 3 a.m. This was a big guy. If she hadn't had a weapon, there's no telling what would have happened. I gave her a big hug and told her how proud I was of her. The woman was home alone and had gone through training to get a concealed weapons permit. Thank you, people. Bruce McLaughlin Jr., 30, died from a gunshot wound to the head. McLaughlin and a second inmate, Timothy Dill, beat up 2 guards in an escape they had planned for days. Dill was recaptured by deputies without incident. About the same time, McLaughlin was shot, but the 2 were going in opposite directions. The guards had bruises and 1 complained of a sore back, but they should recover. Okay. Inmates tried to help the guards while they were attacked. The 2 inmates stole the guards' keys and locked them in a room, but inmates also broke the door down. So this is just like every movie where they escape, right? Dill is charged with escape along with 2 counts of kidnapping and first-degree assault and battery, as well as other charges. Okay, whatever. McLaughlin had been in and out of the Pickens County Jail about a dozen times on charges ranging from drug possession, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. He was on trial for first-degree burglary and grand larceny. Okay. Interesting. I don't really care about these guys' charges. The sheriff said the homeowner was shaken by the shooting and asked him to help her maintain her privacy. He did not release her name. Clark said he thinks the shooting is justified, but will forward the case file to prosecutors once the investigation is finished. Let me clear my throat before I read this. This is a shining example. A shining example. This is a shining example of why owning and knowing how to use a gun is important, the sheriff said. She came out on the good. She came out on the good on this end. What the shit? She came out on the good on this end, and the other guy, the bad guy, didn't. Okay, I get it. Maybe this is what he said, but can we change his fucking quote to something that a human being could read? She came out on the good. She came out on the good end on this. She came out on the good end on this, and the other guy didn't. Why would you have to pause and then write everything? Oh, scroll up. We're going to catch one. We're going to catch one of these people. Anyways, you guys already know exactly what I'm going to say about this. It worked out for her. She was on the good end. She was on the good end of the good, but the bad guy was on the end of the bad end of it. The thing. You guys remember that chick? It was like a beauty pageant or something. That chick, she oh man, somebody needs to post that in the Discord. They were like, why do you think people struggle in other countries or something? And she's like, I think they don't have maps, and they don't have maps for them. I think this to be as to be this, I think. This is such. It was no complete sentence or thought at all. It was just a bunch of words jumbled together. If you guys type it in, just type it, or if I have a mod in here, find that link. It's called, I think it's called like beauty pageant maps. If you just type in that, I think it's funny because I'll never forget her voice inflection. She goes, I think that people in other countries don't have maps. She says have really loud. They don't have maps. Oh, I know you guys had to have seen this shit. So anyways, again, you guys know exactly what I'm going to say here is something bad happened, right? The guy's not allowed to kick in the door. He's not allowed to do this shit. He wasn't allowed to do anything because he's a criminal. And criminals are just going to go ahead and do whatever the fuck they want to do. So it's up to you if you want to, if you feel the need to use your Second Amendment right, if you're allowed to, why not? When you get pulled over, you have the right to remain silent. You can use it, or you don't have to. Cool, you don't have to. You have the right for what? Free speech. You don't have to use it. You can be quiet. You can be quiet all the time. You don't have to speak your mind or whatever on controversial shit. You may hold your peace, or you can have a gun and defend yourself, your house, and your family against intruders. You don't have to, but you can. This person did, and guess what happened? They lived. Whereas we go back one episode, this previous person died. This person lived. Now, I know we could argue this and debate it all day long, and we oftentimes do. But in this particular situation, these two articles that are not linked in any way, I just happened to come across them today, I think this is a perfect example. So, I don't know. Take from that what you will. I would like to hear your guys' thoughts, but this is pretty undeniable. I'm sure you could still find articles of people misusing guns, and there's a lot of articles where people accidentally kill themselves or accidentally kill a family member with a gun. Sure, that happens. It's unfortunate. But let's one more time read the bottom sentiment right here. This is a shining example of why owning and knowing how to use a gun, exercising the correct ways, or just don't be negligent. If you have a gun and you're not being negligent, then it can only be used for good. Maybe. I don't know. You guys can sort of debate that amongst yourselves, but whatever. So that's it for the news. We'll go ahead and skip to regular version of the podcast. I don't have very many topics today. So, yeah, I went to the funeral today. George is gone. A lot of closure. We talked about that earlier today. It was really nice to see all my friends, all my skater homies. It was very sad. But I definitely feel better now than when I first got the news. So I don't know. It's crazy. I'm really tired. I stayed up really late last night not watching anything, playing Mario. Which, by the way, guys, there's not going to be a post show today. I have too many things to do. Yesterday, I went to see the movie Wreck-It Ralph 2. Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet. I only recently watched the first Wreck-It Ralph. I love animated films. Now, I tried to put my chick onto How to Train Your Dragon. She doesn't like it. I don't know what the fuck her problem is, but it's a great film. One of the few films, and I know I've said this before, one of the few films where the sequel is as good as the first one. Now, I'm sure you could say that about a lot of animated films, but a lot of them fall short. I don't know if you guys remember Air Bud 2. I'm just saying, How to Train Your Dragon is great. We watched the first one. She didn't really care for it. She was not into it. Now, I can't get her to watch the second one. So, her enjoying Wreck-It Ralph was a good thing. Definitely good. And the second Wreck-It Ralph, I would say, personally, I don't want to spoil it, I don't think it's as good as the first. But it's definitely worth watching, depending on how much you spend. Because the tickets we bought were $11. Dude, the movies, the ripoff, the amount of ripoffs at the movies. Like, I watched Lily buy like the smallest amount of bullshit. It was like $30. It was like popcorn and soda and some weird little balls of candy or something. And it's just like, what the fuck? $30? This is Some Chinese boy made this for 8 cents. And popcorn, it's just shit that popped. You just added heat and it popped. It's not some shit gourmet fucking ribeye steak that's been aged for 6 days in a salt cellar. Jesus, the prices are crazy. And I go in there so I can sit down and basically just watch a big TV. $11? I mean, can we put a stop to this? I like the movies. I like to go. I haven't been going a lot lately, and I can't afford it. I'm not a millionaire. So if anyone wants to donate money, feel free. All donations and bits will be announced at the end. But I'd like to see more movies. Or can we all just put a strike against movie tickets being more than $10? It was $11 each. It's crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Varial says she didn't like the dragon. It's been a good run, but time for her to go. Buttspot says. So Buttspot is this thing in the chat, which at random he'll just pick something that you say and add the word butt, and it always makes me laugh. She didn't like dragon. It's been a good butt for her to go. Anyways, so yeah, the movies is whack. Wreck-It Ralph is cool. I don't have that many topics for you guys. You know, I didn't have much time to think about this. And the podcast is later today than usual. Tomorrow, me and Lily are going to Thai food. We never did like a anniversary thing. We're doing we try to go out to one nice meal every month. So tomorrow's Thai food. Here's my thing. I like Thai food, kind of. But everything... Okay, me and Lily have different opinions on food. She likes sweet meats. You know what I mean? That's basically me. I'm just one big sweet meat. But I don't like meat to be sweet. I like meat to be, I don't know, not sweet, motherfucker. Like a steak. I like steak. I would never get steak and then put soy sauce on it because it has that sweet, sugary taste to it. It's nasty. Ribs. I like ribs. I don't like when people put barbecue sauce all over ribs. I also don't like when people put brown sugar all over their ribs before they smoke them. Now, that's just my opinion. That's my shit. Thai food, everything has coconut milk in it. Now, not a fan of coconuts, not a fan of milk, not a fan of sweet coconut milk. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to get something that's going to be like, oh, a duck or something. I'm going to get like a duck meal. Okay, cool. What's it made in? Oh, a duck's going to be slathered in coconut milk, served with a side of coconut milk. And I'm just not a big fan of it, I guess. But we're going there. I'm going to try to find something I like. I got to look at the menu. But it's supposed to be like this top 10 Thai place in Vegas or in the West Coast or something. I don't remember what it is. Something's supposed to be really nice. So that'll be cool. Speaking of food, on the way back today, I grabbed Taco Bell. And it got me thinking. We have a place here. And let me know if you guys have the same chains. There's Del Taco and there's Taco Bell. Here's my thing about Taco Bell. God damn it. You pay a little bit of extra, but you get a lot of extra, right? You pay a little bit extra when you go to Taco Bell. Del Taco's a little bit cheaper for dramatically shittier service, right? Now, that being said, raise minimum wage. How fucking hard is it to assemble a taco? Really? How hard is it? Especially a hard taco. It's already folded for you, so that takes one step out right off the bat. You don't even have to fold it. It's already folded. You go in there, you take your little spoon, drop in some ground beef, drop in some lettuce, cheese on top, right in the middle, wrap it up. It's done. One hard taco, ready to go. Now, Del Taco, although it is 20 cents cheaper to get those, you're not going to get a correctly assembled taco. You're going to get some bullshit. So you're going to get... Here's what it is. Imagine this is the taco. You're going to get fucking... So, I'm back. My entire stream came to a screeching halt, and my chat room's all fucked up too. I took this notepad, and in my Taco Bell rage, I was trying to explain that Del Taco puts the meat over here and the cheese over here, and they put lettuce everywhere. And as I said everywhere, I threw this in the air, and it landed directly on this tiny button on my power strip, which shut down everything on my computer. So I feel like this is, if anything, proof of one thing and one thing only. Del Taco has something against me, or they have some type of alliance with the gods, because Del Taco just shut down my entire podcast, which even more reason for me to appreciate Taco Bell. Superior service. You got to pay a little bit extra, but what you pay for is peace of mind. Peace of mind. You get something, looks good and tastes good, and you don't have to do all the work yourself. You get some shit at Del Taco, you have to rearrange everything, put it all back together. Like, now you have become the employee. You're serving yourself because they refuse to put the items onto the taco in the correct order. I don't know. I don't understand it. Oh, shit. That really threw off my whole train of thought right there. I had maybe another topic, but I don't even know what page I'm on anymore. Let's take a look at this notepad. I'm on this page. So yeah, last topic was Taco Bell. So probably a good time to go ahead and end the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of Stop Crying Poser. I'm going to shout out everybody that's helping me. Finn Kent has followed. Rock Billy used 20 bits. Varial Reality gave me 100 bits. Justice followed. Justice gave me 10 bits. Then he gave me 100. And then we got a follow also from Travis 8392. Before I leave, I'd like all you guys to go ahead and give me a hell yeah. There's no trivia today because I didn't think about it at all until right now. But if there's anyone out there who's won trivia before and I never got the package to you, because there's got to be at least one person, please just talk to me again. Don't worry about bothering me. You know what I mean? If I fucked up, I take responsibility. We're going to get these stickers to you, goddammit. I just feel like there was one person who won who didn't get their stickers. But I want to go ahead and shout out everybody who's here. Chic Ninja, Justice, Travis. We got a little bit of lag here, so we'll just go through this fucking list right here. Avocado, Buttspot, Commander, Dingo, Energize, Eric Sanchez, Gay, LMAO, Book, Biak, Infamy, J. Castal, Justice, KY, Pausely, Rock Billy, Ryan Lars, Chic Ninja, Skinny Seahorse, Slow Cool, Tayed, Travis, Tuesday, and Varial Reality, of course. Yeah. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. If you haven't watched one live, I would say come watch it live here on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle. Fridays, usually around 3:45, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Today, we were running a little bit late because I had some more interesting things to do. And, yeah, go out, give somebody a hug. Actually, read the back of my shirt, guys. This is what you guys need to go out and do today. Go out there, say something nice to somebody. Go give somebody a hug. Go do something positive. You know, give me all your money and donations and shit like that. And enjoy your weekend if you're watching this live. If you're not watching this live, then I hope you had a good, safe weekend. And if you're on your way back to work or school, that sucks for you. So just fucking bite down on your fucking 211 on your mouthpiece and just keep grinding, guys. I will probably be back tomorrow with a live stream. So if you guys aren't following me already on Twitch, make sure to do that. Also, you can find me on Instagram, Black Ninja LV. The LV stands for Las Vegas. And you can find me on Facebook. Just type in Ninja Lifestyle. Also, we have a Discord. If you ever forget the Discord, you can always use Command Discord in the chat. Even if I'm not streaming, just go onto my chat, use Command Discord, and it'll give you a link. That's it. Hope you guys had a great show. Let me know in a comment how you guys thought this show went. Maybe, maybe 8 out of 10 or so. 9 out of 10. Were you guys entertained? Or are you not entertained? I will see you guys next time. Let's go ahead and play that intro, boys. Yeah, you ain't about to come in my house with that orange jumpsuit, bitch. Bow! Dead body.